Alright, Archangel might be cooked. This character is just so broken beyond belief. We have a fully boosted 6-star to mimic a rank 4 7-star, and we have the hardest defender in the game, Dark Phoenix. If you like seeing Dark Phoenix get destroyed, you like underrated and underappreciated champions, consider subscribing because we are currently very close to 18,000, and every subscriber matters and is appreciated. And you all know what I also appreciate, this fight time, and this just absolute destruction of Dark Phoenix, who is usually like the hardest defender to deal with, but Archangel gets her down in 30 seconds. I am not joking. That was a 30-second takedown of Dark Phoenix. And this is where the problems start, obviously, right? Because Archangel doing the ultimate money grab defender in 30 seconds probably doesn't make Kabam happy, and they probably don't want this to be available as a 7-star, and it honestly makes sense. It honestly is genuinely insane with how good he is against Dark Phoenix and others, right? He's not just a Dark Phoenix merchant, he does plenty of fights, and you'll see that in this video. Here we drop the SP2. By the way, this Dark Phoenix has 600,000 health. It is a massive step up health-wise, and it still is a very fast fight. Here we go for the heavy attack, and this matchup is as good as over because those neurotoxins are stacking up, and she cannot activate any ability whatsoever. And yeah, 44 seconds, 45 seconds. Now let's talk about other defenders. Here we have this Bullseye matchup. This Bullseye matchup can go either very well or very mediocre, and I feel like the common result is that it just goes well because it's a skill champion. He has a purify ability, accuracy reduction. He also just has insane damage that Bullseye cannot stop whatsoever, and once he drops that SP1, it's just completely cooked. Here we go for the SP1 ourselves, and that's really it. The matchup is just over. And that was, let's see, 30 something seconds as well, I'm guessing. That usually is his average fight time. Yeah, 30 and a bit seconds. Now we have the Serpent. Yeah, you really shouldn't be able to do this matchup with Archangel, by any means whatsoever. He has that blade reduction. There just really shouldn't be a reason as to why you could take this matchup with Archangel. It shouldn't be a possibility. But the thing is, with Archangel and enough luck, that probably is important to say, with enough luck, yeah, you can pretty much do anything with this character. And that's when the problems also arise, because it's okay, well, what if he doesn't cook like this all the time? It's a possibility. It probably is the truth, right? He might not cook this well all the time, but just the fact that there is a world where a cook this crazy exists, that probably is what Kabam looks at, and that's what they want to stop by not making him a 7-star champion. And he was able to take the Serpent in 40 something seconds. The health loss was definitely noticeable, but when he is a 7-star, I say win with a lot of hopium, but when he's a 7-star, he will have access to that block proficiency stat focus, which is insane for him especially. Now we have this Jean Grey, another very annoying defender, and if you can't, handle reverse controls, well, guess what? He turns them off completely. So that's also a big thing about this character, because it's not like he just does a lot of damage whenever he has his 2 debuffs to work with. No, it's the fact that he shuts off every single ability. That is insane, obviously, right? And it's just crazy. It's really crazy stuff, and it's a 30-second fight at that. If he had one or the other, that's fine, right? If he had really good ability, accuracy reduction, but the damage output was just alright, sure. If he had just a damage output, but he had no utility of this sort, that's fine. He has both, and that's when things just get absolutely off its rocker. And this Mr. Sinister fight, not the best start. 1 neurotoxin, that sucks, right? But then we just get going, and that's the thing with Archangel. You could think a fight is not going well at all, and then something just flips, and then he is just absolutely cooking, and he has 8 neurotoxins, and he is just doing so much damage that you can't even believe the damage that is happening in front of your screen, but it actually is happening, and he took down a rank 4 Mr. Sinister in 37 seconds. That's the insanity of this champion. The insanity is also present in this fight, where he also cannot have his ability accuracy reduced. So you would think Red Skull stops him, right? Because you can't parry him that often. Well, you can parry him every single time with Archangel, because his ability accuracy cannot be reduced by champions. So it's like, dang man, they really covered all corners with this character back in the day. And it's insane how he's a 2017 champion with 0 adjustments whatsoever, and he is still this powerful to the point where I have to make a video about him in 2025 saying that we shouldn't get our hopes up to see him as a 7-star character. That's how you know a character is really, really good and really, really timeless at that. And yeah, that was a 40-second Red Skull fight. Pretty good stuff there. Now we have Enchantress. Enchantress, obviously one of the more annoying defenders in the Mystic class. Pretty much the only Mystic defender currently besides Nico, but don't worry, she's in this video as well. But let's talk about this Enchantress matchup. I mean, what is there to talk about actually when I think about it? You do a heavy attack, you shut off the abilities, and you do a ton of damage, and that's pretty much every single Archangel fight summed up in one single sentence, and that's fine. Sometimes characters being basic is actually really helpful and a breath of fresh air given how complex the characters are in 2025, and this champion is just nothing of the sort. He is just, you heavy attack, you try to get lucky. If you don't get lucky, you'll probably be fine because it's Archangel, and eventually he just clicks, where he just does so much damage that the opponent doesn't even realize that they're melting by the second. So yeah, that's Archangel, man, and that's why I didn't really come here with any notes to talk about the character, because there's not much to talk about, because it's all very, very simple, and that's because of his age, right? Because that was a time when there really wasn't too many things that were complex in the game, and Archangel's like the perfect example of that. Does the opponent bleed and poison? Yes, well, he's going to be the best option. If they don't, then don't even bother. Simple as that. And then the playstyle is just as easy as that one little phrase. So yeah, it really just is a breath of fresh air, and I would absolutely love this character as a 7-star, but he's just so dangerous, and this fight is the perfect example of why he's so dangerous. This right here is a spider ham, and it's a spider ham that goes down in 22 seconds, bro. That's unfair, really, and shouldn't be allowed, but I think worse things have been allowed, so maybe he should be a 7-star. Maybe he should be in the Heart of Fire Part 2, because yeah, unfair things exist in this game already. On the right side of the screen, Dark Phoenix, that's unfair, and that costs $1,000. It's unfair and it's expensive, right? And I feel like we get that a lot. I feel like there's a lot of characters in this game that just aren't fair, but I mean, a lot of characters in this game are kind of unfair, and we've been seeing them slowly turn into 7-stars, like Human Torch, like Tigra, plenty of characters that are just way too good to be 7-stars, and they still are. And you know, before Heart of Fire, it was mainly defenders, and now it's just, I feel like anyone. So maybe Archangel could make it as a 7-star champion, but in my opinion, I think he is more dangerous than any of the Heart of Fire champions, than Human Torch, which might be a hot take, but this character, when he is able to work, there is no one better. There is no one better. Even Human Torch, that has the pre-fight, the Nova Flame pre-fight, has to worry about abilities. Archangel does not have to worry about abilities once he gets going, and to get going, it's not a lot of work. And that's when the problems arise for this champion. Would I love a 7-star Archangel? Absolutely. I think it's my most wanted 7-star currently, but I just don't see how it happens, really. So I'm not super hopeful. I mean, there's always a chance, right? Because some characters that shouldn't be 7-stars are 7-stars, so it could always happen. There could be something that allows us to get 7-star Archangel, But in the meantime, I just don't see it happening anytime soon, because he just counters so much, and when he is a counter, he is the best counter, and that's when the problems start. But I really do love Archangel, man, and I really want to see him as a 7-star one day, hopefully someday. But then again, I want to see Herc as a 7-star, so I kind of just live in Delulu land, really. But let me know your thoughts on 7-star Archangel, or the possibility of one. Apologies for the commentary today. I am a bit sick, so just not my best work 100%, but maybe I'll be back and better tomorrow. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Archangel, and yeah, that's about it for me.